idea for the Coffee With series originated with the folks at Vicksburg Daily News, and as we sat and discussed it, we thought it would be interesting to talk to people in Vicksburg about interesting jobs that people have, events they're planning, volunteer work they're doing, positive things that people are doing in Vicksburg. Some of the guests that we have coffee with you'll probably know and recognize, but my guess is that most of them you may have never heard of or met before you saw them here with us having coffee. These are people who are quietly behind the scenes with great dedication doing things that make a difference for the lives of all of us who live in Vicksburg. So we hope that you enjoy this new Coffee With series with Vicksburg Daily News. Okay, today we're having coffee with Vanessa Sceroler, and Vanessa is a clinical social worker with Providence Hospice. Vanessa, I wanted to chat with you today because terminal illness and cancer and so many different things affect just about every family. Mm-hmm. Somebody knows somebody who's been through something rather traumatic. And I'm just interested to know what your job is at Providence and what you actually do on a daily basis.
Well, I am the social worker. Anytime that we get a referral from a patient's family or a patient himself or a doctor, we'll go out and meet with the patient and family. Our goal is to take care of people who are approaching the end of their life. We want to keep them at home as long as possible. A lot of times when people approach the end of their life, they feel like they have to travel back and forth to and from the hospital, and that is just something that we would like to change. We would like to keep them at home and comfortable around their family for as long as possible. And we have nurses and nurse aides that can go into the home and care for them just about any situation that comes up. They're in close contact with their doctor, and that's our main goal, is just to take care of a person and their family in their home as long as possible.
So if people are wanting to stay home as long as they can, there are lots of services to provide to them so
right.
that they can actually do that.
Right.
And then what do you do? Like, if let's say you have a family member, they're wanting to stay home, you're the social worker, you drive up in their driveway. When you get out of your car, what do you do with that patient and that family?
Well, the first time that I meet with a family and a patient, I go in and I do a complete assessment. I assess their living conditions, their family situation, their age and stage of life, their financial situation, and things like that. And then I just have to kind of take the person where they are. We have, unfortunately, some patients who are young, and they may have young children. So that's, I would care for them in a different way than if they were 94 years old and, living with their daughter or something. It's just sometimes it just depends on their age and stage of life. I can help out with with support, emotional support. Sometimes I get them in contact with different community support services, like if they need Meals on Wheels or information on a will, living will. I can help them with a living will. Legal wills, I can help refer them to different places for that. Different financial services if needed.
What if they need equipment, like if they need a seat for their bathtub or they need a bedside commode? Is that something you do, or does the nurse do that? Or?
Well, the nurse usually does that, because I usually go out with the nurse and they assess their need for physical type of equipment, medications, and things like that. We work really closely as a team, the nurses and I do, nurse assistants, because they go out several times a week, so they're usually on the front line of care, and so we work very well as a team. Anytime a need arises, they just call me. We text back and forth all day long.
Yeah.
It's just we provide. Hospice is really cool in that it's 100% covered by Medicare and Medicaid. no cost to the patient.
Really?
They can get a nurse to come out at least twice a week, a CNA to help them with their personal care at least 2 to 5 times a week. It really relieves the family,
Sure.
And it helps ease their mind because there's somebody in the medical profession there almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we're always there.
Now, the Providence Hospice here in Vicksburg, it covers more than just actually Vicksburg, right?
Right.
Where all do y'all go out of this office here?
Out of our Vicksburg office, we go all the way down past Port Gibson and up to Rolling Fork. Mm-hmm. We have a patient in Anguilla. Mm-hmm. Over to probably, I think Yazoo City may be covered by our Jackson office. We kind of have a little bit of overlap. We go over into Bolton.
Do y'all go into Louisiana?
No,
okay.
We don't.
Just Mississippi.
With our license, we just have a Mississippi license.
Okay.
So.
Well, I really appreciate you coming and talking to me today. I think it's so interesting to learn that there are so many services available for people who are needing that and to support the families, and that you really can stay home if that's what works for you and your family. And it makes a huge difference in our community to know that we have people out there like you doing this job, supporting people, being there for them, like you said, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And we take care, we take care of people also in the nursing home. People don't realize that is their home, and so when they also get to the end of life, we can go into the nursing home. It doesn't stop any services that they're provided by the nursing home staff. We're just there as extra care. So we also go into the nursing homes in the area, and we have bereavement services for the family for 13 months after they lose their loved one. So that's another really good thing, that no matter how long we have them on our service, sometimes we only get them, a couple days before they pass. So, but we still provide that service for 13 months at least. So.
Well, thank you so much for everything that you and your organization does, and thank you for coming in and talking.
Well, thank you for having me.
All righty.
All right.